You ready? Here we go. Good morning, everyone. On today's show, we've got a very interesting lineup. I've got updates on Astro Bot, ReviewTech, and Wings of Redemption. But the most notable thing about today is that today is the launch of my merchandise shop. For the first time in over 3 years, there's going to be DSP and DSPGaming merchandise that you can purchase. We're going to go through the shop. I'm going to show you all the products, explain how it all works, and more. It's going to be a nice, chill, fun vibe before React Day right here on today's episode of the Level 1 Podcast.
Get ready for some meaningful content, because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Woo! Because the king is back, the king of the live stream, the king is back. Oh!
Alrighty, folks, welcome to the show. Today is Sunday, the 29th of September, 2024. We're almost done with the summertime blues, meaning once you hit October, you're fully into the fall, autumn vibe. We've got good stuff going on with gaming and all of this, and I'm excited. I'm literally excited for all the new stuff that's about to hit. You know, October traditionally is one of, if not the busiest gaming month of the year. This year is no exception. We've got tons and tons of fun stuff going on in October. So, we're right about there, but this is the home stretch, right? And today we're going to have a nice chill React day where we're going to do our clip show, DSP versus the internet over on DSP Reacts. We're going to finish the retro React streams of Resident Evil 1 Director's Cut over on DSP Throwback. It's going to be an awesome day. It is. But we got a lot to do before we get there, right? It's going to be fun. And I hope that you guys will join me all day long, but today's podcast is special. We got a bunch of updates and things to talk about today that I'm very excited about, so I hope that you are too. First off, had some technical issues before the show started. I went to start the show and my mouse wasn't working, and I'm like, why is this mouse not working? This is my new wireless mouse. I just bought it like a month ago, so it certainly, you know, couldn't be messed up, and the light was on and everything, so the mouse was functioning. So I went over and I unplugged and replugged in the USB adapter on my USB, like external USB hub that I have for my streaming PC. And it started working again. I'm like, okay, no big deal. Not sure what happened there. And then I started the show and I ran the intro and everything. And then I cut to the camera. And it was a scene of me not here. It was an empty chair with the set. And I was like, huh? I actually freaked myself out. I was like, how could I be filming myself, but I'm invisible? And then I noticed the lamp wasn't moving. And I was like, oh, the camera must have frozen. And I looked, and my webcam actually has a light bar that's green when it's working. So there was no light on. I was like, oh, okay, the webcam isn't working either. I thought I got warped into another dimension, or I turned into the Invisible Man or something. The funny part is I got a clip of it. I did record it, so I will clip it. And I'll put that up as a highlight later today. That'll be pretty funny. But anyway, I realized, so it wasn't just the mouse that was malfunctioning. It was all of my USB ports, because my keyboard over there wasn't working. The webcam wasn't working. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? So I'm going to be honest. This is not a good sign. You know, this streaming PC is now over 10 years old. I got it in the summer of 2014. I've used it nonstop for streaming and capturing for 10 years. It's outdated. I can't even update it anymore. It's still on Windows 8.1. It's got things malfunctioning left and right. The hard drive in it has a corrupted sector that frequently has corrupted videos. Uh, it's just like, I know it's on its last legs. Now, originally the plan was that I was going to migrate over to my wife's old PC, which is a 2017 PC, over the course of the summer. As you know, that didn't happen. I was gifted a gaming PC. All of a sudden, I got a resurgence of popularity doing collabs and the like. And when all that happened, I just was like, I don't have time anymore. You know, I'm actually overly busy with all the stuff that I'm working on. So I didn't have time to do it. And, you know, then basically in the course of the last month, I thought hard about this. I'm like, you know, my wife's PC is from 2017. It's really outdated too. You know, we're about to head into 2025 and I'm going to start using an 8-year-old PC instead of a 10-year-old PC. So I'm strongly considering getting a new streaming and capturing PC. It doesn't have to be top of the line, right? Probably I could put together one maybe for under $1,000, I would hope. The thing is, to be frank with everyone, I had a really good August, and then September, it's dramatically slowed down because I've been basically doing everything, you know, for myself, interviews, content, but the guys from Kino Casino have been gone for a month, and so that big surge of new popularity that I got definitely calmed down in September. And listen, for any of you who are still here, thank you. I know that there was a lot of people who came over from there who are still watching me, and I really appreciate those of you who hang out and chill with me and support me every day. But until they come back, you know, the hype has kind of died down and been lost. So I would love right now to be like, yes, I'm going to dump $1,000 and buy myself a brand new streaming PC. And, you know, probably not a good idea. Probably better to be conservative with what I have, right? To hold off and see how things go over the next few months. I'm heading into the busiest gaming season of the year. Traditionally, I do see a little bit of a surge of attention and support during these months coming up. That doesn't mean that'll happen this year. It also doesn't mean that I'm going to be getting any kind of, you know, other crossover events or anything going on. You never know. I mean, I've got people lined up for interviews that are interested. Doesn't mean they're going to happen, right? I'm planning on doing future content with crossover events. Doesn't mean it's going to happen. So rather than be like, oh yeah, just plan for the best and overspend, I don't want to spend money yet. So I'm holding off on doing anything with the PC. Obviously, USB ports malfunctioning is a pretty bad sign. I don't know what that means and why they just magically turned off and turned on again. Hopefully it's not a, you know, a regular thing. But let's see what happens. But I really want to get a new PC, and I'm hoping maybe by the end of the year. You know what? Black Friday deals. I didn't even think about this. Black Friday deals, right? Traditionally, there's some really good deals for stuff around Black Friday. Maybe I can get a PC that normally would be like $1,500 for like $1,000. And then it would be like really future-proofed for my streaming purposes. I'm not sure. You know, we'll have to see, okay? Anyway, sorry for the technical difficulty starting the show today, all right? So, I have a few topics I want to talk about. The first topic that I want to get to is I just kind of want to bookend my adventures with Astro Bot because I beat the game yesterday. Am I centered? It's hard to tell if I'm centered or not. The camera got thrown off. It looks like I'm slightly too far to the left, doesn't it? Dang it. And the thing is, I don't think I can fix that. Well, maybe I could. All right, hold on one second. I want to fix this before it bothers me. That's what okay. I think I'm centered now. Yes, that's better. Man, it's a thing that will bother me all day if I'm not centered. Okay. So I want to talk about Astro Bot. We finished Astro Bot yesterday, and it was a great playthrough. I think it ended up being around roughly 18-hour playthrough, because some of the parts were much longer than an hour because I just kept going some days. Here's my overall thoughts on Astro Bot, okay? Number one, great graphics for PS5. I played it at a smooth 60 frames per second. I actually had it up to 120 hertz, but I don't know if it actually runs at 120 hertz on PS5. So at the very least, I had it at 60, but it was smooth the whole way through. It wasn't like the graphics ever chopped up or anything like that. Really great visuals, awesome soundtrack, just like the original game that was the pack-in game for PS5. This has a really great grooving soundtrack. Really enjoyed all the Easter egg references to all the Sony franchises. You know, having those cool stages of God of War, Uncharted, Horizon, and having all these characters hidden throughout the game. You know, there's a spooky stage that's horror themed, and then you find the Resident Evil characters. That's really neat. Okay. I liked the challenge level because overall there was some challenge to it, but it wasn't overly difficult. The exception being that there was optional challenge stages to do, and the optional challenge stages could throw you for a loop because some of them don't have checkpoints. It's essentially just like a big gauntlet run of crazy platforming challenge. And if you die, you start from the beginning and you got to do the whole thing in one go. And I've played things like this recently. You know, Super Mario 3D Land, 3D World, even Super Mario Odyssey has challenge levels like that. I get frustrated at them because I'm a modern gamer, or I really am. I mean, I'm an old school gamer too, but I'm a modern gamer. And I value my time pretty heavily. I get pulled in a million different directions to do a million different kinds of content. And when I'm playing a game and they put no checkpoints into an area, it pisses me off. Because I'm like, no, I already beat this part of the challenge. I don't want to have to repeat this 400, 500 times just because there's one hard part at the end that I'm barely getting to try. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just want to be able to do the stuff that I want to be challenged at. I don't want to have to redo the same portions. But sadly, that's how this game has for its challenge stages. Truth of the matter is, nothing in the game is overly difficult besides maybe 2 stages in the whole game are actually tough. The challenge therein lies in finding all the hidden Astro Bots and all the hidden puzzle pieces and the warps to unlock special worlds. Much like in Mario, you can turbo through a modern Mario game, no problem. But then if you want to find all the secrets, that's where the challenge lies for those who actually like want to make the game harder. So I really like the Astro Bot. Overall, the fact that it has all these Sony Easter eggs makes it better for those who've played all these Sony games over the years. I've played quite a lot of them, so for me, it was really neat to see PS2, PS3, PS4, PS5 characters. You know, PlayStation 1 era is really the era where I didn't get some of them. You know, I don't know who all these old games are, but it's really neat. It's well done, and I'm going to be honest, after having played it around 18 hours, I actually think it's better than Super Mario Wonder. I feel like there's more to it. Only because, I'll say this, because it's a modern game. Super Mario Wonder is a fine game, but it feels like it's outdated already at the time you play it because it's on the Switch. Sorry, Nintendo, but it's just true. Like, everything on Nintendo consoles is already outdated by the time you've played it because Nintendo consoles just don't try to compete. You know what I'm saying? They really don't. They should be. They should be trying to compete and trying to, be better than their competitors, but they're not. They don't give that effort. They essentially just pump out a game that's first party game, and sometimes it looks good and sometimes it doesn't, right? And in this case, I don't feel like Super Mario Wonder looked like a modern game. Is the graphics and everything. In this case, you're playing a game, great frame rate, awesome graphics, everything looking good, right? By the way, guys, is my camera in 60 frames or not? Now it looks like it's 30 frames. Like, what is going on today? My camera looks like it's only 30 frames. Are you guys seeing 60 frames? Because I'm not. I'm only seeing 30 frames, and I don't know why. It should be 60 frames. I don't know what's going on today. I'm having all kinds of technical issues. Yeah, it totally looks 30 frames to me, and it should be 60. I have it set to highest FPS. Oh, now it's 60. All right, boy, my side, I'm having so many technical issues today. It didn't look 60, and now it does. It was a preview issue. Wow. See what I mean about this PC? Like, all right, forget about that. Anyway, Astro Bot, really great platformer, probably the best platformer I've played in like 5 years. Yes, I think it's better than Super Mario Wonder. Is it worth full price if you like a platformer? I nearly have platinumed the game. The only thing I would have to do to platinum is go back and do a few quick trophies. Like, for example, in the casino world, if you mess around with some of the slot machines, you'll hit jackpot, and if you hit jackpot on all of them, you get a trophy. And if you get all the trophies, you get the platinum. You see what I mean? It's not like there's significance to it. It's just some busy work to get the platinum, and I easily could get it, but I'm probably not going to go back and mess around and do it, but I could, So if you want a game that's about 18 hours long, it's a fine platforming game with a bunch of awesome Sony references, some cool challenge. If you're looking to complete the game 100%, go for it. If you're looking for something revolutionary to blow you away or whatever, you're not going to get it. And some people have asked me, well, how well used was the DualSense controller? I mean, I'll be honest, the first hour when you start playing it again, you're like, oh, this is so neat. It's like a tech demo for the DualSense controller. And then after that hour, you forget all about the DualSense controller. It's just not a big deal. It never was. DualSense never added to the gameplay experience for me on PS5. Not a single game have I been playing and been like, wow, this is so much better because I have a DualSense that vibrates differently and I can blow into it and it interacts with me. I just don't care. You know, yeah, the triggers, you depress them a little differently. It doesn't really add to the gaming experience. It's just a gimmick that, just like every other gimmick, like motion controls, like VR, and like everything else, you forget about it after a few minutes and it's not a big deal. So even though this game probably is the biggest showcase of the DualSense, it's not a big deal, and I never really cared about it. If it had 0 DualSense features, I probably would like the game just as much. Just being honest, okay? Okay. But I still recommend it. I hope you'll enjoy it. Let's do some quick shout-outs before we begin with our next topic. So, firstly, a $5 tip, and I'm going to be honest, this person tipped $5 overnight, and the things that they're saying, I can't confirm or deny. You have to understand something. If you tip me, and you preface that tip with a paragraph of information, and you act like it's a fact, and I can't confirm that fact, then I can't read it on my stream. Like, literally, this person did, like, an accusatory paragraph about something going on. Like, I'm not going to read that. If I do, now people will say, oh, did you hear what Phil said on his stream? I don't even know what you're saying is true, so I can't even say anything about, you know what I mean? Like, you got to understand that. I appreciate concern about shit, but I'm not going to be publicly making statements that are going to get me in trouble when I don't even know what you're talking about. All right, so thanks for the $5 tip overnight. I appreciate it, but you have to understand the perspective I'm coming from as a content creator. All right, I'm not. All right, but I think there were well intentions. This is not a person who's like being harmful or anything, but I hope they understand where I'm coming from. Okay. So thanks for the first tip of the day. By the way, as you guys can see, the King streak continues. That's correct. We're up to 5 now. 5 straight streams where we have hit the King's Coffers goal. Let's keep that momentum rolling, everyone. Let's keep it going. Please support the stream today. Remember that super chats, super stickers, and tips all count for the King's Coffers goal. And this goal will carry over to the stream over on DSP Reacts. It's not just only on the podcast. Okay, so please, if you can, please support the stream this morning. Everything appreciated. Up next, we've got someone tipping me $1 and basically being stupid, saying, I'm impressed that you never blamed Astro for anything, never changed Phil. What he's talking about is that Astro Bot does have some issues with its physics. It does. It's not perfect. I don't think I've played a perfect platformer yet, but in those hard challenge stages, you'll be doing exactly the same thing, and the game will react differently. For example, there was one point where you're on this breaking floor. Sometimes when I landed on the breaking floor, it would act properly, and I would just walk over it and get to the next part. And then there was this one time I touched the breaking floor, and it instantly broke, and I died. It acted completely differently during the same exact segment for no good reason. And that happened many times during the most difficult challenge stages. And the thing is, if the game's not that hard in a certain segment, you're never going to notice that. But once you actually get to the parts of the game that are ultra difficult, these ultra challenge stages that are optional, the cracks start to show that the game's not flawless. The thing is, there's so few of those challenging stages that it doesn't really matter. Overall, the game is still a great experience no matter what. But the game should be called out and criticized. And for example, last night I did the hardest stage in the game. And some of the reason it's hard is because the game's not consistent. It actually will react differently when you're doing exactly the same thing. For example, there's a part where there's these gloop guys who spit missiles at you, okay? Well, you can do this stage exactly the same 2 times. One time, the gloop guy will not shoot at you, and one time he will, and he'll snipe you perfectly from afar, and there's nothing you can do about it. It's too bad. Start over. But I don't understand. I did the exact stage, exactly the same from the beginning. Too bad. We don't care. Sniped you from afar. There was no way to dodge it. You're just dead. Start the stage over. The thing is, when you die on a challenge stage, the stage doesn't reset. That's the thing. Like, in some games, when you die, the entire stage reloads and starts from scratch. In Astro Bot, the stage keeps running. So let's say that those gloop monsters were being timed with how they shoot. Well, the first time you get to them, they shoot one way, but since you died and restarted, now they're spaced differently timing, so now they could have an unfair timing. You see? So if it really wanted to be fair, it should have reset the entire stage from scratch every time that you started playing it, and it doesn't do that. It just kind of, certain enemies stay alive, and then the timing's off. So that's what happens. I don't know what else to say. I can criticize the game if I want, and it's fair for me to do so. Just because maybe no one else does because they don't care to, or maybe they're just not smart enough to see that. I mean, I don't know what else to say, but I'm going to be honest about games, all right? And yes, the challenge stages frustrated me. That's about the only thing that frustrated me in the whole game, because all the other stages have checkpoints, right? And they're kind of really genius with the way that they wedge in the Sony franchises and stuff. The challenge therein in those stages lies in finding all the secrets. But yeah, sorry, I will call out things, you know, and they're annoying. And those challenge stages are annoying because there's no checkpoints, which doesn't really value the gamer's time, and because it's not consistent. You could do exactly the same thing twice and get 2 different outcomes, and that's just crazy. Like, you want to have things be the same so that way you can perfect them and get better. And in a lot of ways, beating those challenge stages is just dumb luck. So there you go. Okay, continuing on. I received a $5 tip, and yes, to the anonymous tipper, this is the correct account to tip to. So here's what's been going on. People may not realize this. Over the years, all right, many different people have tipped me in many different ways. You know, I used to stream on Twitch, and I had a certain link to tip me when I was on Twitch. And then I went to YouTube, and I had a certain link. And then there were some times when things were going wrong with tips and stuff like that, where people were hitting me with tons of crazy chargebacks and stuff. So I started using a different tips account. So over the years, different tips links have been used, okay? There's been a little bit of confusion this year. There's a few people particularly that have been tipping me on an old, outdated tips link, and I still get it, but I don't get notified the same way, okay? So what happened was last night, I was on the WWE Champion stream, and someone had tipped me to do, to do a mega pull. So I did it, and then we're at the very end of the stream, and I said, what's this? And I looked, someone else had also tipped me. And I was like, oh, no, I feel bad because this person might have actually tipped first. Maybe they should have gotten the credit, for the mega poll. And that didn't happen because I didn't even notice it till the very end. So if you tip me via any of these links that you've seen in my videos or streams, I'm likely going to get it. It's just I'm not going to get notified in the same method. So I might not notice right away. Right now, the tips link you see in the description of this stream, the tips link you get when you type the tip command into my chat, or any of my modern videos from like the last year, that's the correct link to use for tipping, where I'll see it right away and I'll be able to shout you out, okay? So I apologize to this person. Last night, they tried to tip, and it did go through, but I didn't see it because it went through this other link. The thing is, I still do keep other things open. Like, I have multiple screens open to try to catch if someone does happen to tip in one way or another way. You know what I mean? Like, I have it all here. But I'm not always on top of it when it comes to the other methods. So thank you so much for your support last night. I'm sorry I did not shout it out immediately. And yes, that is the new or the modern tips link that you just used. Okay. So good stuff. FYI, we now have a top tipper that is $5. We do not have any super chats today yet. So please keep the King Streak going. Let's keep it going. Hey, the King Streak keeps going. That's what I mean. Like, then I could probably afford to get the new streaming PC and feel, it's not a big deal. It's not a big risk to drop that amount of money. So please keep the support alive and going. Let's keep the streak alive. If you're here today and you're enjoying the podcast, please give the stream a like. We're at 42 likes. Let's get that up to 100, but let's start with 50. Let's get 8 more likes right now on the stream and get it to a nice round 50. Also, there's no memberships here today. So if you want to do a super chat, a super sticker, or a membership, or a gifted membership, that would be great to get the momentum going on the YouTube side of things. Thank you. Okay, I have a couple of quick updates. All right, update number 1 is involving ReviewTechUSA. Okay, so as you know, yesterday, I had a segment where I responded to Rich because he tweeted to all of the public of Twitter. He didn't contact me and talk direct to me. He did this public tweet out to Twitter that was incredibly confusing, that made absolutely no sense. He basically said, I want to come on your show this week. And he tweeted out this Batman and P. Diddy diddler meme, and it made no sense. So I responded to it yesterday, and I'm like, I don't know what this is supposed to mean. Like, is this in regards to us or whatever? It's just random. Why would you put that in the post, right? And quite honestly, right, I didn't know if I wanted him on the show because, number 1, I don't know if he's going to be genuine, or he's going to be on the show and then immediately snake me after the show, as he tends to do. That's the kind of person he is. Number two, I don't have time for him to be on the show this week regardless. I don't have an open schedule to have a guest on the show this week. And number three, if we really wanted to talk about the specifics of it, he needed to contact me behind the scenes via DM professionally. I have an open DM with the guy right now on Twitter. Like, literally, he could just type in the DM and we could talk about it. Okay? So that's what I said publicly yesterday. I said, if you really are serious about it, DM me. Now, in the meantime, in the last 24 hours, multiple people have come out and contacted me and said, do not have Review Tech on your show. Okay? And I wonder why they would say that. They're basically saying that what they're getting is basically this guy is in a downward spiral at this point. That ever since he had the falling out with his editor earlier in the year, right? And then his channel is falling apart. He's barely streaming. When he does stream, he's barely conscious. It's a lot of people to just make fun of him constantly. And that's really where he's getting his income from, is people A-logging him on stream. And basically the vibe that they're getting is that the reason he wants to be on the show now is because after the documentary came out about him in August, he was hoping that it would blow over. But guess what? It never blew over. Like, people are just basically ragging on the guy constantly. He was hoping things would like kind of go back to normal, and they haven't. So now he's thinking, by coming on my show now, almost 2 months after the fact, that this would help be like a redemption arc for him. This would give him some kind of attention and positive boost that he's really looking for, because at this point, he looks terrible. Okay? That's what some people told me. I can't confirm that. I'm just telling you what some people have told me. Now, apparently, last night, he went on stream and he responded to my response on the podcast yesterday. All right? I'm not going to watch that, but I'm going to tell you what people summarized. Basically, they said that he's saying, number one, the meme he posted has nothing to do with either of us. He just thought it was funny. So why he would have posted that, I have no clue. It makes no sense. Okay? Number two, he totally understands if he can't be on the show this week. That's fine. We could we can have him on later. Okay? And there was something else too. But basically, like, he's talking to his audience, answering me. Hey, Rich. Hi. Hi, my name is Phil. I don't know if you know about me or met me before. Phil Burnell. You have to talk to me. Your audience doesn't run the Level 1 podcast. You have to talk to me like a man. You have to DM me on Twitter. We can talk about it behind the scenes and figure this out. Whether you're coming on or not, we still have to talk. You talking to your audience will not create a situation where you appear on my show. Do you understand that? You have to do it yourself. You have to reach out to me and we have to speak. How does this guy not understand this? He does a public tweet and he talks about it on his show. You have a line of contact with me. You know this, right? You did respond to me in the DM already with pictures that made no sense. Memeable pictures. Could you just respond like a human, like for 5 seconds? Can you just type and go and say something intelligible? I'm not trying to rag on you, but dude, you're being very difficult. Like, people used to say I was difficult because I would demand people talk to me in emails. That's because I was fucking with people. Now I'm modernized. You can reach me via modern means. Why are you not taking the modern means? Why are you doing this? If you're interested, contact me. Okay? And that's all I have to say about that. I'm not going to play this back and forth nonsense where it's like tag on the internet. Oh, I talk about you on my podcast. You talk about me on your show. No, just contact me. Stop being dumb about it. All right? Okay. Shout out to Andy. Andy just gifted 5 memberships to the community. Congratulations to everyone who just got one. Appreciate that, Andy. Thank you for supporting the channel. By the way, we got the 50 likes that I asked for. Now let's get that to 100 likes. We've got over 300 viewers and climbing. Let's get to 100 likes on the stream today, guys. Thank you so much. Please like the stream. Engagement is key. It helps a ton. It's already helped this channel a lot. Let's keep that rolling, okay? Cool. I have one other topic that I want to talk about. All right, and then we're going to move on to my merchandise store. I'm going to officially launch it, and you guys are going to get to check it out. We're going to look at it together here. The other topic I want to talk about today is, so there's been this camping trip that Boogie, Wings, and Keemstar, and of course other crew members, I believe, have been out doing over this course of this weekend. This is their big like end of summer event that they were doing for the show. And the thing is, I didn't know about it. The only reason I actually knew about it was because basically, I've been trying to get Wings and Boogie possibly as interview guests here on the Level 1 podcast. And Wings had very weirdly responded, that he would be on my show when things calmed down. And I was like, calmed down? Like, calm down from what? I don't even know what that means. Like, calming down in what way? What are we waiting for? I don't get it. And then I found out they're going on this big camping trip. I was like, oh, I didn't even know that they were going on the camping trip. So therefore I couldn't even, say anything about it. How can we get them on the show when they're not even going to be available, right? So they went on their camping trip this weekend. And basically, now you guys know me, right? You guys know that I'm very skeptical of everything, especially stuff involving these guys. I've already publicly said this. This is not me blowing up a spot or being overly critical. I've already been critical, right? So this is just in vain with how I think. When these guys were boxing last year, I said, this is ridiculous. This is not a serious boxing match. This is silly. It's just two guys who shouldn't be in a ring doing this. And I feared for their health. Somehow they got through it, right? Now, here's the thing. These guys fully consented to be on the trip. Therefore, hey, that was up to them to decide if they were going to do it or not. And this is what they wanted to do for content for their own show. Keep in mind, this is their own show. This is not like, oh, they're doing it for someone else. This is their own show. So it was their own choice, their own volition. All right. Let me make that clear here. It's not like anyone was twisting them or forcing them by gunpoint to do anything. So they went on this camping trip. And all you need to do is follow. Here we go. All you have to do is follow Wings of Redemption's timeline. So here's September 26th, 3 days ago. We're doing a members only stream. Well, actually, down here, he actually had like some posts of him like traveling to it. And he goes, members only stream about to pop off to start the camping trip. They did a members only stream on YouTube that was showing their camping trip from this campsite, which looks kind of interesting. Like, so they got this fire pit going. They've got a camera. They got all this electronic shit already set up at a campsite, which is kind of wild. Obviously this is not like an outdoor, not furnished campsite, right? Like they've got all kinds of shit here, lighting and a whole crew there and everything. So it's not like, oh, we're outside, we're really roughing it in the sticks. This is like a furnished campsite, right? So it's actually not a bad setup at all. They got nice chairs, a fire pit. They probably got nice cabins and stuff and everything. So it looks pretty good. And then generator ran out of fuel. We're back up. So I guess what they're saying is they were broadcasting on the 27th. So this is day 2 of them doing their camping trip. And they ran out of gas. And since they ran out of gas, they couldn't broadcast. So then they had to get it going again. And now they're broadcasting again. Now, to be fair, I have not at all followed this trip. Okay, at all. I'm not watching it. As you guys know, I tell you, I don't watch Lolcow Live. I'm not interested. But what does interest me is the next post. Survival trip is going great. 19 hours ago, the emergency department. Wait, what? What happened? Why are they in the emergency room of what appears to be a hospital or an emergency ward? Yeah, what's going on? Right? Then you go up further. Looks like I got a mixture, kidney stone, major inflammation, and dehydration. Now, Wings already has a history of kidney stone problems. He got diagnosed with this earlier this year. All right. So that's what I mean. Like when I hear, oh, he's going to box, right? Or he's going to go on a camping trip. I think, is this really a good idea? Like, now keep in mind, he chose to do it. All right. This is not, again, no one forced him to do anything. There's no gun point to his head. He decided he wanted to do this. Right. But it's just like, dude, you got to be careful. You're putting yourself in these situations of like extreme duress, and then things happen, right? You already have health problems, and now you're going outside. And I'm sure this was not some, oh, we just sat around the fire singing Kumbaya. They probably had him doing physical activities and shit, right? So there you go. And then the CAT scan. Oh, I didn't even know. What the hell is this? This is new. This is a new post. The CAT scan came back in, and my gallbladder is swollen and infected, and I'm probably going to need it removed. His gallbladder, so it's not even kidney stones, which was the previous thing that he knew was wrong. His gallbladder needs to be removed. Now, for those that don't know that, that's crazy. when your gallbladder gets removed, you have to change your whole lifestyle. Like, you can't even eat certain things because your body can't process them right anymore. So if he has to have his gallbladder removed, that's serious shit, right? Like, that's, recovery from surgery, which could take probably weeks to months, depending on the person, and changing of lifestyle completely. Okay? Now, I didn't know. This is brand new. I swear to God, I didn't know this was posted. This was only posted 21 minutes ago. I was already on my show here. All right? You're hitting your boy where it hurts. I guess it's time to get healthy. Fat restricted eating plan. How do I zoom in on this? I can't? How do I want to look at this closer. I can't zoom in on this fucking thing? I guess not. So here you go. Avoid foods with added sugar, fried foods, foods that contain partially hydrogenated oils, including stick margarine, some tub margarines, cookies, crackers, and other baked goods. And if you drink alcohol, limit how much that you have. 0 to 1 drink a day for women, or 0 to 2 drinks a day for men. Know how much alcohol is in a drink. In the U.S., 1 drink equals a 12-ounce bottle of beer, 1 5-ounce glass of wine, or 1 1.5-ounce glass of hard liquor. And then read the food labels, right? So basically what this is saying is he has to eat healthy for the rest of his life. This is not a shocker. This is not, no way, out of left field. What are you, everyone's been telling this man this for a decade, correct? And I really hope, here's the thing. I wish Jordy the best. I really do. I want him to recover. If he needs this surgery, I feel bad for him. I hope it goes smoothly. I hope he recovers quickly. I hope this is the wake-up call for him, okay? Really. Because if you couldn't even go on an outdoor adventure where you cut some wood or whatever you're doing, if this caused, like, gallbladder failure, dude, this is your wake-up call, right? It's time to change your lifestyle, and, you need help. And the thing is, and we talked about this too, when I was reacting to his documentary a couple years ago, he needs the kind of help where someone's actually going to coach him and stand by him and make sure he follows up with his changes. He's made changes in his life before, but they never stick. He doesn't have a support group that makes them stick. Do you understand? I feel like he's had enablers who give him the things he should not have, and that's why he gets worse and worse in this situation. He already had surgery. He shouldn't have ever gained the weight back. He shouldn't have had this situation, but he's there because he didn't have the lifestyle changes stick, So that's what I mean. Like, he needs to have people around him who are going to be giving him the right advice and telling him the right things and stopping him from having the things he can't have. There should be no soda whatsoever in his home, period. No, really. Even if there's other people in his home that drink soda, they should not drink soda either, because if it's in the home, it enables him to get it. You understand? This is something that everyone around him has to make these changes too, or else it's never going to stick. That's the problem, is he's never had that before. So it has to be a serious life change. This is bad that he's in this situation, and I feel terrible, but I really want him to get better. You know what I mean? You don't want to hear that in another 2 years he's in the hospital again because something else malfunctioned on his body, because he had the chance now to change it and he still didn't, right? So, for those wondering, gee, will Wings of Redemption be on my show soon? I don't think so. Unless he has a miraculous recovery from this, which I'm not really expecting. I don't think he's going to be able to be on the show anytime soon, which sucks, obviously. He was one of the guests I was really looking forward to having, but I don't know how on earth he's going to do it if he's going to have surgery and have to recover and everything. The last thing he should be doing is rushing to be on my podcast. He should be recuperating, correct? So, to Wings of Redemption, get well soon. Get better, recover, bro. And dude, you've got to get on track with a lifestyle that's going to fix your life and your health, and you have to have supportive people around you. Do you want to know why I weigh 195 pounds right now? Because of my wife. Because my wife and I are on the same page that we want to eat healthy. We want to not be doing awful things all the time with our bodies, with, fried foods and fats and things. We want to be healthy. So that's how I lost the weight. We eat healthier foods. When I was feeling overweight and sick, I hit the treadmill, and it was an enabling app. We have no candy in this home. 0. We have no soda in this home. What I have is seltzer water that doesn't have sugar in it. There's nothing, the things that would make me get overweight or sick, we don't have in the house. So that's how I lost the weight. Not having it, you're not tempted. And the thing is, here's the cool thing about it too. All right. If you have a better lifestyle, now as a treat, you can have the things you don't like or shouldn't have every once in a while, and then it feels extra special. So for example, every once in a while we'll be like, you know what? Let's get a burger. And we do it once every few months, right? Seriously. And it's like, if you do it that way, then guess what? Now you get the pleasure, but you're not feeling bad about it because since you don't eat it all the time, you're not unhealthy. You're having the splurge moment, correct? And that's okay. It's okay to have the splurge moment. It shouldn't be the splurge is the regular thing you do, right? The healthy thing. I eat mostly chicken, mostly turkey, right? Every once in a while, I'll have a red meat like a pork or a beef, but it's almost always chicken and turkey if I'm eating protein, okay? I've got a lot more vegetables in my diet. I've got beans in my diet. I don't eat deep fried foods and high saturated fats. I don't eat the extra sugars. Like there's no soda, none of that. You just got to get it out of your house, right? And that's how you change for the better. I used to be 240 pounds and now I'm down to 195. And I'm hoping that I'll get into a routine maybe one day where I'll start working out more and maybe I'll get down to the ideal body weight of 185, which is my actual ideal body weight per my doctors from back when I was young. They said, yeah, you know, I think I was like 23 when my doctor said, basically, you're kind of full grown now. You're not really going to change any further. You're a full adult, and this is your ideal body weight is 185. This is what you want to aspire to keep. You know, you could bulk up more if it's muscle, but 185 is like the even body weight you want for your height. So there you go. All right. So I wish Jordy the best. I'm sorry to hear that this happened to the poor guy. You know, no one wants to hear he has to have surgery now and he has to go through recovery and stuff. But I really hope this is the wake-up call for him. Okay. All right. So, folks, there's a reason why I'm wearing this shirt today. Ladies and gentlemen, it is official. As of this very moment, I am announcing the launching of the DarksydePhil merchandise shop for the first time in over 3 years. You can now buy DarksydePhil related merchandise. Allow me to get the website open for you and show it off to you. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, you yourself can go. Boy, I'm flubbing this already. To DarksydePhil.shop. There it is. DarksydePhil.shop. Or the DarksydePhil store, as you can call it. So, what I'd like to do is give you all a walkthrough of the online shop. It is live as of now. You can literally go buy stuff right now if you want. Okay? And I'm going to now put a merchandise link into the chat. We'll probably do that live. And I'm going to start putting the links on my webpage and everything. I want everyone there, everything there, so everyone knows about it. Okay? So, first off, here's how it works. The prices you see are per item. However, if you buy $40 worth of merchandise, you get free global shipping. Global shipping on all orders over 40 bucks. So, strongly recommend get 2 items, qualify for the free shipping, done. Right? Like, why wouldn't you? It just makes sense. Instead of paying for the shipping, which a lot of places make you do, I did my best to get the prices down because I wanted the base prices to be low or as low as possible. So let's see what we've got. We've got the same Philomania t-shirt that I have been wearing in my videos recently when I played WWE Champions. It is the same brand canvas. That's the shirt I own. It's a canvas shirt. So red Philomania shirt. Let's click on this. So for 26 bucks, taxes included, it's running wild, brother. Let's pull some Hogans. It's a 100% ring spun cotton shirt, available in red with the Philomania logo printed in the front in yellow. And it even has washing instructions. Sizes available as of now, extra small, up to 2XL. But please understand, these are standard, sizing. So if you live in a country that doesn't size by that, you're going to want to try to figure out exactly what the equivalent is. Like someone asked me last night, well, how big is that in this country with this? I don't know, but I'm sure that there's charts and stuff that you can figure out online. Okay? So there you go. And so that's one version. We also have a yellow with yellow with red text, which is another classic like Hulkamania combination. We've got black with yellow text, Philomania, and we've also got white with red text. So we have 4 different variations of the same shirt. There you go. Now, moving on, we also have a sweatshirt that's available. Unisex crewneck sweatshirt is available in red with the Philomania logo in yellow. Fit is medium. If you prefer a relaxed fit, we recommend going up a size. So they're even saying this sweatshirt is a little snug. So if you wanted a little more loose, definitely go out. Like me, I probably wouldn't get large. I would get extra large because I like stuff a little bit more loose, okay? So there's a sweatshirt, and that's available in red and black. Now we have the pullover hoodie, and the difference there is that it's going to have a hood attached with your cords there, and also like the pocket in the front to put your hands in. And same exact recommendation there. The fit is medium, so you're going to want to get it one size kind of bigger if you want it to be looser rather than snug, okay? Now, let's get on to the other merch, not just Philomania, all right? So here's a cool one. This logo, I've been sitting on this logo for a long time. Someone submitted this logo to me like 5 years ago. Seriously. And it's never been available for sale yet. But now it's available. It is the DSPGaming established 2008 t-shirt. Celebrate the long-running career of DarksydePhil with some awesome swag. 100% ring-spun cotton shirt, available with this logo on the front. What colors are available? Kelly green, heather gray. I actually like heather gray. I like how it has that pattern to it. I've always liked that pattern of gray. Navy blue, pretty good. Red, it's also pretty good. I think they're all pretty good, actually. And pink. And again, it's the canvas shirt. That's exactly the shirt I'm wearing right now. It's the stretchy ring-spun cotton material. It's incredibly breathable, and it's very comfortable. It feels good on your skin. It's not those stupid rough t-shirts that you get that feel like they're heavy cloth, but they feel like it's like some fabric that should be on like your upholstery or something. No, it's the stretchy, full cotton. It feels comfy, okay? So there you go. We also have, that's right, the shirt I'm wearing literally right now. Okay, here it is. The DSP Street Fighter t-shirt. This should help you fight off the laggy rollback netcode. And it's the ring spun. So what colors are available? This is gold. That's what I'm wearing right now. You can also get it in white. You get it in red. Get it in the pink. And you can get it in the Kelly green. All good. I don't think there's a single color that doesn't work, right? So there you go. Very nice. All right. Continuing on. By the way, hold on. I received a $2 tip. This person says, I actually believe that this camping trip has saved Jordy's life. If he never had went, he would have been sitting in his room with an inflamed, inflected gallbladder and would have never gotten it checked out. And it might have burst and killed him. The heavy exercise got the stones in the gallbladder moving. He started urinating badly, and that's what caused the ER trip. However, if he had never went, that sign would have never come up. Yeah, it's funny how life works sometimes, right? I mean, it has nothing to do with what we're talking about right now, but you're absolutely right. I mean, it literally might have been the thing that saved his life. You're right. Okay, continuing on. So we have another shirt. You might be saying, well, what's the difference between this shirt and this shirt? This is a two-sided shirt. This one has the DSPGaming logo on the front, and then on the back, it's this logo where DSPGaming is bigger, but then it has me as Dan. Now, this one's only available currently in white, but it's a two-sider, which is why it's a little bit more expensive. It's printed on both sides. That's the only thing I think we have here that is a two-sider, actually. So, now, I have worn a shirt that was similar to this on stream. It just said DSPGaming, but since then, I provided the logo that has the Dan version of me, and therefore, this is kind of a better shirt, I feel. This is called the baseball tee. Unisex 3/4 length sleeve, meaning the sleeves don't go all the way up to the wrist, but they don't cut back here. They're actually up here, like halfway up your arm. Okay? So, unisex 3/4 length sleeve baseball shirt, available in various 2 colors with the DSPGaming Street Fighter logo printed on the front. So you can either do white or black. That's the color of the one that I have. Or you can do white and red. And I think that one is, it's not available in extra small, but it is available in the other sizes. Okay? Continuing on, we actually have the hoodie as well. Remember, up here we had the Philomania hoodie. Well, now we have the DSPGaming hoodie which I think is the same colors that were available in the others. Royal blue. Oh, no, there's actually some different ones. Royal blue, heather gray. I really like heather gray. Navy, which is a very dark blue. Burgundy. Oh, that's cool. Like a maroonish. All right. Bottle green. Or cotton pink. Woo! That one matches. The colors match on that. There you go. We also have the classic Wow Dude logo. For those who don't know, 7.5 years ago, when I first became a full-time streamer and I launched my initial product line on Teespring, the Wow Dude logo was very popular. Like, there were people who were buying that to wear it in videos and stuff. Like, content creators were wearing the Wow Dude logo in videos. You figure it out. So there you go. The Wow Dude logos. That's the same as that, only with the Wow Dude logo. Then we get into some totes. I don't know how many of you use totes. Personally, I don't really use totes, just being honest. But maybe you use tote bags. So here's some tote bags with the various logos available. And then the mugs. Now, this is the cool thing. I want a mug so bad. We got the Philomania mug. There you go. You've got the DSPGaming mug with me as Dan. You've got the Level 1 podcast mug of 2 different varieties. You got the black with the logo and the white with the logo. And then at the very bottom, we've got a Wow Dude mug. Okay? So actually, I have some mugs on the way. They're already in process on the way. And once I have them, I'm going to start using them to have drinks on the Level 1 podcast to show off the product and show you the quality of the mug. So that's on the way. I have the shirt, and the shirt's outstanding. So you have to think the mug's going to be good too. Okay? So, good stuff. So I hope that you guys like the merch. Now remember how this works, okay? Here, look at this. Over 15 years of content creation and counting. Celebrate his outliving literally everything with some high-quality swag today. There you go. If you buy 2 items that total $40 or more, you get free shipping. I don't know what the shipping costs if you don't spend $40, but that's an arrangement I worked with the company. It was either going to be free shipping on every item, but then they were going to increase the prices of the items. So, for example, you know, this shirt was going to be like over $30, but it would be, oh, free shipping. And I was like, let's like the base prices down, but let's have it so shipping will be free if they spend a certain amount. So that's what we came up with. Okay. So there you go. Sarah says, if you buy the totes, no way someone will try stealing your cart or bag again when you go grocery shopping. That's true. Can you imagine? You're in the grocery store and you're putting your groceries into the Wow Dude bag. Who in their right mind would want to be seen walking around with the Wow Dude bag? Look at that hideous, deformed melon on there. Right? Like, who would want that? It would be nuts. So the people will like, oh, God. They'll just like run away from your cart if they see that in there. They're like, oh, shit. Now, in a future model, I'll put a sound maker in there, so if someone picks up the bag, it actually goes, wow, dude. It freaks everyone out. Now, here's the thing. If you guys buy something, okay, please let me know. And please, when you get it, send me pictures. Dude, I totally want to see pictures of you guys with the merch so I can show this off on the show and show people who are really enjoying this, all right? Now, I cannot disclose how much I make on this merchandise, right? I'm not supposed to be talking about that, okay? But what I can say is this. I make way more on a sale on this merch than anything I ever sold off Teespring. Teespring, Spring, whatever they're called now, I'm not kidding you. Their profit margins are minuscule. This company, I'm making a good amount of sales off of each thing. I don't know why I was basically getting ripped off with Spring. I'm not getting ripped off with this company. I'm actually making a good amount of money. So if you buy anything, it actually helps me a good amount. So this is not, oh, this is just a piece of swag for me. No, this actually supports me in the business too. So please consider getting something, especially right now. This is awesome. It's so cool it's coming out now. Right in time for the holiday season coming up. You know, especially with the biggest gaming season. A lot of people will probably be coming by to watch me play the hot games. Now is a great time to look for some merch, right? And here you go. It's available right at the right time of the year. Certainly, I hope it goes well and you guys enjoy the merch. Again, I want you to share your thoughts. Let me know. Send me pictures. I want to know all about it. All right? I can't wait till I get my mugs so I can start using those on streams. And again, it's all at DarksydePhil.shop. So, in fact, what I'm going to do right now live, I'm going to add a stream command so that you guys will have a link that will pop up here. So, let's do add a command. Merch. Check out the DarksydePhil merchandise. How do you spell merchandise? With an S, right? Okay, I'm just going to say merch because I don't know how to spell merchandise. Merch shop here. Every sale supports the streams and content. Thank you. So, you guys let me know if this works. We can test it live and see if the link actually works. All right. See if this link works. No, because I misspelled it. Hold on. I misspelled it. That's a fail. Let me fix that. Why we do it live. Okay. Try that again. Submit. Okay. Let's try that again. That was stupid. Here we go. Spelled it wrong because I'm a dummy. All right, try this now. It works. So we have that command, and what I'll do, I'll set that up to post in the chat like every 15, 20 minutes. And also what I need to do, not only do I need to put that link on my page, but I want to see if there's a way to integrate that into my YouTube page, because if you're not aware, once you have a real merch shop, you can link that to your YouTube page, and then anyone coming to the page can go to the merch tab and see the merch and actually order it through your YouTube page, which saves the work of having to go individually to the website. But I haven't figured that out yet. I haven't even looked into it. So now that we've got it up and running, I will. So in fact, here we go. Let me go to timers. Here we go. And then add one. Merch. Then I'm just going to have it be the already existing command merch. And I'm going to set it up to go every 15 minutes. Okay. There should be an auto command for that that pops up every 15 minutes or so. And I hope you guys enjoy, and let me know what your experience is with it. Obviously, this is my first time dealing with any kind of merchandise in 3.5 years. So I hope it goes smoothly. I hope that you guys enjoy. And here's the thing. So this is the product lines they're offering now. Okay. But people are already asking me, well, can I get stickers? Can I get a poster? Can I get this? Can I get underwear? Can I get lederhosen? Not now. Maybe they will expand their product lines in the future. And if they do, I'll always let you guys know, or I'll look into it. But for now, this is what's available. This is what we're rolling with. You know, I get it. A lot of people might be like, oh, you know, this is we want something else or whatever. Like, for example, someone already said, can we get like 3XL size? No, right now it's not available. They only go to 2XL. Maybe one day they'll expand to 3XL, but right now 2XL is the biggest they'll do. So, you know, that's really not in my control here. You know, I can't make them increase their product sizes or whatever, what's available in their processing system, right? But I hope that you guys like it. Let me know your thoughts. If you have any ideas for merch, like for example, a different logo that we could make. Someone had already suggested something to do with the chip, right? Like me holding the chip or something like that. But I don't have anything like that right now. You know, it would have to be created. Someone would have to think about making some art with me with the chip that they would like that. So there you go. Okay. Cool. All right. So Boy, I'm having problems today. Here we are. I'm having problems running my own show today. There we go. A phone cover. See, I don't think that will ever happen. And you want to know why? Because phone technology just continues so quickly. Phone technology, it moves so fast. Like every single year, there's a new phone. So I don't think that any company is going to want to mass produce a product for sale that will be outdated in a year, and now they're never going to sell another one. These t-shirts are universal. No one's going to say, oh, t-shirts are out. We don't want to buy a t-shirt ever again, right? No, people like shirts, so they could produce those shirts for 5-10 years, and they're good. A phone case, like literally within 4 months, there'll be a new phone that's shaped completely differently, and now the case doesn't work anymore. So you're never going to find mass producing of phone cases like that, honestly. You know, not a place like that. Like, you'll probably find places that do phone cases, but you got to pay a lot of money for custom and shit, and so it's probably will never do it. Did you? Some people are saying they bought stuff. So who bought stuff? Who bought stuff? Perry the White says he bought a mug, and I think Bloomkit said he bought a mug, correct? One Sick Puppy says clothes are seasonal. That's correct. However, that's why there's t-shirts, baseball jerseys that have the half arms, sweatshirts, and hoodies. Something for all. There's a shirt for all seasons. Put it that way. I'm a man of all seasons, and there's a shirt for all seasons available on the DSP merch shop. Maybe a family logo design? Yes, in fact, that was one of the ones that I submitted, but initially they decided not to run with that yet. But I think if these product lines do well, like if they sell decently, then we'll add more logos, and we can, that's the one. It's like the 15-year anniversary with me and Kat, the cartoonish logo. I really like that logo, so maybe that one. Harry the White says he got the Philomania mug and the t-shirt. Cool. Excellent. No, I don't think that they have turtlenecks. What you see is what you get for products that I think are available as of now. I'm not saying that they won't ever expand their product line, but I think that's the extent of what they have on offer right now, and it might change in the future, okay? So I hope you like that little walkthrough. Again, please share. My experience with the company is great. They worked with me very well over this last month, getting set up, and they understood who I was, and I have online harassers, and they said, we don't care about that shit. It's all good. We're gonna handle it all. It's no big deal. And they got me some demo products which people liked, and that just kind of keep going. And now they sent me more. Like I said, I got the mugs on the way. 2 Level 1 podcast mugs, right? Hats and beanies. Yeah, I don't think they offer any hats as of yet. I'd have to look into it. I don't think so. We do the Level 1 logo on shirts? Possibly yes. Possibly yes. I need all your suggestions. Be sure to give me your suggestions of what you would like. Okay. Well, guys, that is what I've got to cover for today. Those are my topics. So we're good on that. First of all, thank you to everyone who's chilling with me on the podcast. We're up to 72 likes with over 300 viewers. Guys, let's get that to 100 likes. We can do a few more clicks here. Let's get it up to 100 likes. Let's do it, all right? So let's hit that. Outside of that, let's get some more support. We got 1 super chat of the day, and it was a troll. So I didn't even put it on the leaderboard because it was a troll who got banned. Let's get another super chat on there, a legit one. Thank you for the 6 memberships so far this morning. And we got a few tips in there, top tipper being $5. Let's get a super chatter on the board. Let's get a bigger tipper than $5 on the board. Let's get the momentum rolling before we head to the React show. Because I'm going to be honest with all of you. The React show traditionally doesn't get a lot of support. It really doesn't. Okay? I don't know why. I love the show. I have really the support that I get from the React show is members. It's the memberships that support that show. But I don't want this King's streak to end because it's React Day. I want to keep the momentum rolling this week. So please support the stream. We got some time to shoot the shit and do a little bit of Q&A here. So let's do that. And I will do shout outs for you guys. Okay. I received a $1.50 tip from Beaver Bother. Can we get a 1-to-1 scale Phil Burnell cardboard cutout? They'll sell out in seconds. I know, but the problem is there'd be too much kind of like perverse, deviant activity created if I did that. So I'm not going to do that. Absolutely not. I will not create the avenue for deviant activity to take place. That's why there'll also be no body pillows, no blow-up dolls. None of that merch will be available, at least immediately, okay? We're not doing that kind of stuff. It's really, ridiculous. How dare you? Beaver Bother, of course, had to be the person to ask for that too, right? Yeah, I wonder why. No edible underwear, nothing. No, stop. Stop right now. This is absolutely ridiculous. How dare you? That's awesome. Lovecraftian Arcade says, I still have a DarksydePhil King of Hate Stein from way back when. The first merch I ever created, we're talking over 10 years ago. This was like 2010, was on Cafe Press, which is just a site where you can make these kind of custom products, but it was so ancient and the quality was not great. But they had this Stein, beer Stein, and I had the DarksydePhil, the King of Hate logo. Now keep in mind, I would never use the King of Hate logo again. That's retired. That whole King of Hate shtick is done. I am a king. I'm a king of streaming, the king of the live stream, the king of gaming, whatever you want to call me, but I'm not the King of Hate anymore. I've changed, okay? But man, that was a great Stein. I still have mine downstairs in my kitchen cupboard as well. I've kept it as a little souvenir. Perhaps we'll put it behind me for decoration one of these months. There's something a little cool, different, right? All right, wow. I got 2 contributions just came in. We got Perry the White, who just did a 10-pound super chat. Says, get me on the leaderboard, King. I shall. You were the first super chatter of the day, Perry. Thank you for that. Let's get that up there. And I received a $10 tip. Well, here's the thing. So this person gave me a $10 tip, which I appreciate. But they're making fun of Duty Stream. And here's the thing. I don't really care about Duty Streams. If you haven't noticed, I haven't mentioned Duty Streams in a while. He's an insignificant little turd. Like, there's no reason to bring this guy up. This person says that, oh, I found out personal information about Duty Streams. Just listen to this. I'm not going to be reading that on my stream. Like, as a personal message, okay, thanks. But I'm not going to be reading personal shit about Duty Streams on my stream. That'd be pretty hypocritical because obviously, you know, I don't like people saying dumb personal shit on my stream or on other streams about me. So why am I going to do that, you know, on the stream today? But here's the thing. We all know what kind of person he is. We all know that he's a fucking, you know, a no-load waste of life. He wouldn't sit around doing the crap he does all day if he had a meaningful purpose in life. So, you know, it's like I already flushed that duty. You understand? Like we did. We completely publicly exposed the fucking guy. We made him do exactly what we wanted. He embarrassed himself. He basically got himself demonetized through his actions, right? There's no reason for me to keep talking about this idiot. He even said he tried to accuse me of stealing the Philomania logo when I proved in black and white with receipts that I have the rights to it. So it's like, what else do I really need to do to this guy? I mean, should I go egg his house? Should I TP the trees outside of his house as well? Should I key his car? Should I, you know, should I put a flaming bag of dog shit on his front porch? Should I find him and give him nipple twisters and wet willies too? I mean, I've done enough, have I not? Like, the guy's a fucking living joke. He's not making any money anymore doing the shit he's doing, so no one gives a fuck about this guy. He's insignificant, right? Like, I don't want to reach into the toilet to pull the duty back out to slap it around a little more, then shove it back down there. Like, we've already dealt with the duty. We already jacketed the crazy, and we flushed the duty, okay? Now, if there's someone else involved that I need to know about, you know, if there's some other bullshit going on, by all means, let me know about that. But we've already dealt with 2 of these idiots. So who's next? You know, that's a question. Maybe we'll see who's next on the agenda. Okay. Thank you guys for your contributions. Let's keep it rolling. Let's keep it going. How are we doing on likes? 80 likes? Really? With over 300 viewers, 80 likes? Let's get that to 100 likes. Come on. 20 more people. You know you like the merch. You know you like the content. Please click like on the stream, okay? All righty. All right. So we have a little bit of extra time, like 10 more minutes before we roll over to the React show, which will not be on this channel. It's going to be on DSP Reacts, but if you're here live, there'll be a pop-up that tells you how to get there and everything. What do you guys want to talk about in the last 10 minutes? You should fill Piece of Peace next. He's the one who keeps a fraudulent tips tracker. Yeah, here's the thing. I keep saying this. There is absolutely no way anyone could ever track my income. Okay, I just want to make this abundantly clear. You want to know why? Because number one, you don't know how much I actually keep of any contributions I get. You don't know if there's transactional fees. You don't know, you know, what actual percentage YouTube really keeps of anything. You don't know what gets charged back. So even just transparently, from what you see me make on a stream, you have no clue what of that I actually keep. That's number one. Number two, you have absolutely no clue if any tip I've ever received in the last 3 years is real. Because when these idiots got me kicked off the tip tracking websites, you know, the ones that automatically have pop-ups for tips because they process them, when they got me kicked out of those, everything's been done manually. So literally, I may have made $0 in tips in the last 3.5 years, and there's no way you would know that. I could have made 47 times more tips than I've ever told you, and you also wouldn't know that. There's just literally no way to know. So all these idiots tracking have absolutely no substance to anything they make. It's just drama for drama's sake, and anyone who watches or believes that content is a fucking mouth-drooling idiot who has a stunted fucking intelligence. You'd have to be an actual dunce to think that that's meaningful content. There's nothing truthful to any of it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just dumb shit. You can't track my income. It's literally impossible to track how much money I make. Okay? Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, I just received an incredibly generous $25 super chat from Skiznalit, who says, "Get Perry the White off that leaderboard with his fancy snobby euros. I wish you wouldn't apologize for things that aren't your fault. Do you think your vendor will screen sales to make sure that certain people don't buy?" I hear what you're saying, Skiznalit. I totally understand what you're saying, right? I can only state my case enough to the point where I think some people will understand. And then there's the point, there's what's called the court of public opinion, correct? And so you just can't win against the court of public opinion. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just can't. That's a lynch mob you will never defeat. So at some point, you got to be like, you know what? I give up. There's not much I can do about this. I got to behave how people want me to behave. I got to do what people, you know, how they expect me to behave, right? So it is what it is. And I don't think that will ever change. I think anyone who has any kind of an online presence, right, will always have to deal with that kind of shit. And it's kind of the deal that I signed. Well, here's the thing. It's not the deal I signed up for. Because you got to understand something. I've been doing this since 2008. In 2008, there was no track record of anyone else who'd ever done what I'm doing right now. There was no example of how to behave. There was no way to, this is how you do it. This is how you live. This is a code of how to handle it, right? None of that existed. I'm literally like the first fucking person doing Let's Plays and shit like this that got prominence for like this. And so because of that, I made so many mistakes along the way. Sure, if you could look at other people who come first and judge based off of them how to behave, it would have been a lot easier, but that didn't happen. I was the first person going through a lot of this shit. So because of that, I made tons of mistakes, right? I'm still learning as I grow and as I move ahead. All I can do is pledge to be better, right? I think that there have been things that I have had shortcomings. Sometimes I think people go too hard on me on shit, but God forbid that I try to defend myself. Because, as you know, I'm the whipping boy of the internet, correct? I'm the villain no matter what. Even when I'm right, I'm still kind of wrong somehow, right? Even if I'm pretty much right, he's still DarksydePhil, so he's wrong, right? So it's hard for me, I'll admit, in a lot of cases to know how to behave or what to do. It is what it is. I can't change that. I can't make the entire 10 years disappear. That's just happened, right? So that's life, and there's always going to be people who are A-logging me, and there's always going to be people who are going to want to crap on me. You know, it's like, I just did a 12-hour self-deprecating react to a documentary that's 4 hours about me. I added 8 more hours of context of all the things I've done wrong, but that's not enough. There's got to be more. These people want blood. They literally want to bleed me dry in the dramasphere, right? So, it is what it is. I'm certainly not perfect. I've made mistakes. At the same time, I do believe that, yes, internet has tried to hold me incredibly over-accountable for the shit that I've done. These particular things that people keep bringing up is like, dude, are you kidding me? Like, we've already fucking dealt with this shit. We're done with it. Can we move on? No, we got to bring it up again. Why? Why? Can we not learn to move forward positively with life? If you can't, then maybe you shouldn't be bothering with me or anything associated with me. Seriously, like, and I know that's this thing. Sony CEO says, if you don't like, don't buy. G4 TV, if you don't like, don't watch. But the truth is, if you truly are never going to forgive me for things, then why are you here? Right? Because everyone else here has. We're all having a good time. We're hanging out. We're having, I think there's people who just have like this pent up frustration about me and they still want to vent about it. It's like, yeah, but there's a wall right there that you can talk to. Right? Because me and my content doesn't really want it anymore. And I'm going to tell you guys this up front right now. Any guests further that come on my show, absolutely, we are open to talk about whatever we want, but it's not going to be a, hey, this is a shit on DSP session anymore, because we've been there now. We've done it enough times, correct? There was the 12 hours of me self-felting myself in the documentary. We just had an interview where I got beat up in a boxing ring for about an hour and a half about a certain topic. I had enough. And I think you guys have had enough too, right? It's not just me saying this. The feeling that I'm getting from you guys is that's enough. You've taken enough abuse now. It's time to move forward with positive content. Why are we still beating Phil up, right? So that's what I'm going to do. You know, moving forward in October, we got all these great new games coming out. I'm going to have positive attitude content. We're not going to be doing this fucking pity party bullshit. I'm sorry, mea culpa, forgive me shit. I've just did it for a fucking month. I'm tired of it. All right? Really, I'm just moving out of it now, right? Okay. Would I join them on their camping trip as a surprise cameo? Yes, in fact, allow me to remove the green screen from behind me. I've been there all along. Here we go. Ready? Pull the green screen back. And here we go. Oh, no. Yes, no. I've told you guys, my content, all right, at this point, I'm not saying that things might not change down the line. At this point, my content is this office, this room, this equipment, this camera. This is my content. Stuff outside of this room right now is still off limits, even though people are desperately wanting me to go outside of this room and make content. There is this work-life balance, this line between the private and the public that I have very much liked having. I didn't used to have that, and I regret it, because that's how I got into the situation that I'm in, where so many people are stalking me and A-logging me because I told everything I shouldn't have told. I overshared, right? And oversharing just leads to fucking problems and failure, and I know that now. I didn't know that back then, right? So it's just that simple. The more I share, the more outside this room you see, the worse it's going to get. So right now, I'm happy where I am with the content I'm making. I am still branching out, right? And I'm doing a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm doing a lot more stuff that's different. And I hope that you guys are enjoying that. Really, I hope that you're having a good time with it like I am. And that will continue, but it's going to, for now, it stays in the realm of this office, okay? Okay. Stuart Barrett says, I think it's Jim Cornette who said it on his podcast. You can't apologize for jokes and the culture of the time. You know, all you can do in life is you can learn from experience and pledge to do better, correct? That's really it. And that's what I've been trying to do for the past 16 years, is trying to learn from my bad experiences and mistakes I've made and try to do better. I can't change the past. All I can tell you is what my rationale was for what I did in the moment. You may or not accept that rationale. You may think that it was smart. You may think it was the dumbest ever, right? That's your prerogative to judge. But now I'm moving on. It's not time to dwell on the bullshit of the past and the bad things I've done in the past. It's time to move forward with the things that are coming that are great, right? So thank you for that. Thank you to those people who already bought a few pieces of merch. That's awesome of you. I got to figure out, I want to put the merch shop in my related, like, important links on this, on the webpage here. I want to try to link it on my Twitter, but I don't even know where I can squeeze it in there, because my Twitter's already, like, jam-packed. I'll have to see if I can squeeze it in there somewhere. And hopefully you guys will enjoy. I hope that some stuff will sell, because I really want feedback. Like, do you think that there's a good value there for the pricing? What do you think of the quality of this stuff? I love the shirt. This shirt is comfy as heck. Like, this is one of my most comfy t-shirts that I own right now. I love that it's the stretchy, soft material instead of that coarse material. And it's very breathable, which I need right now, because we're in that in-between seasonal time when it's still a little hot, right? So it's really nice. Yes, basically anything above $40 is free shipping. If you buy one item that's above $40, free shipping. If you buy two items and together they total $40, free shipping. I would say, I mean, I'm going to be honest, no-brainer here. Spend $40 so you get free shipping. If you don't, you're going to end up paying individual shipping on each item, and it's going to make it way more expensive, right? Like, if you just buy one mug, I don't know what the shipping is on just the mug. It might make it not feasible for you. But if you buy 2 items, then you're getting free shipping, right? So let's see what happens. First time having merch in so long. All right, guys, we got to get out of here because we got to get ready for DSP versus the Internet, my React show. So I want to say thank you all for a great podcast today. I had a great time. I hope you did too. I hope you will join me over on DSP Reacts for the clip show. I have a great time with the show every week, and I certainly hope that you will join me. If not, I return tomorrow with another fun show. I have no idea what we'll be doing tomorrow. I don't really have anything on the agenda as of now, but we'll see what happens between now and then. Maybe a million things will happen. Maybe nothing will happen, right? But thank you so much. I'll tell you this. It's the last day of September. Maybe tomorrow we set up all the stuff for October, including your ability to start nominating games for the upcoming Halloween Marathon. That could be interesting, no? So we'll see. I also got to start setting up new animations and everything for October. I always go all out for October. Thank you all. Great show today. Really enjoyed it. See you tomorrow.